it need a they awesome. I can charge a bit.
Madden Football brings you the divisional round of the NFL playoffs, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Panthers and the Snowhawks, and it's coming up next.
Now from the great state of Illinois, EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the second city of Chicago. Coming up, we've got an ultra-important divisional round matchup in the NFC, as it'll be the Carolina Panthers taking on the Snowhawks of Chicago. Along with Charles two spots in the NFC title game awaits the winner here as we're underway in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. At a glance at the man under center at 6'5", he always demands attention.
And the quality of opponent goes up a notch here in this divisional round. But he's coming off such a sensational performance, I'm not sure he cares. 4 touchdown passes in the last game, and you'd have to imagine his head coach would sign up for that right now.
And he can't escape, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second. How about the defense there trying to set the tone on the very first play of the game?
Yeah, there's a little bit of a glow here tonight because they brought the heat right out of the gate. What a good job establishing the tone for this one.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. They're going to look to throw. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. That's pulled in at the 32. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they are led out there by their mobile quarterback.
And when you review his performance last week in the game in total, I think that he understands and his team understands they were fortunate to get out there with a victory because he was a little tentative out there and didn't throw a touchdown pass. And if I'm this defense that he's facing in this one, I'm going to bring some pressure early and see if they can get to him. Maybe he's gotten it out of his system, and now he can be a little bit looser and play more to his potential.
First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. Give to Pierce. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. A nice pickup there, 10 yards.
When you get into the divisional round of the playoffs, this is where having the ability to run the football is such an advantage. The defenses, they're generally going to be tougher the further you go along. So if you get something established up front, it's going to give you a great chance to move on.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. They'll run it here. It's Pierce. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation we were talking about with one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game. And it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
2nd down and 8.
At the 17-yard line.
He'll look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. And perhaps now close to the first points of this divisional round game as it's 1st and goal. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4. Now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got got a man shaken up. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Pierce will score. Touchdown, Chicago. First quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Point after here coming up. It's up and good, and it'll give his guys a 7-0 lead. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays, and it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And the Panthers coming out now. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That burst good for 20 and a 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Looking to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Welch. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Just one catch for him last week in the wild card win, but getting involved early here and picks up the 1st. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
They'll look to throw. Got his tight end. That's complete. That's Welch. And the Panthers are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. It'll go as a loss of 8 and a tough result there on 1st and goal. Well, that's not how you hope to draw it up there on 1st and goal, CD, by taking a sack like that.
Well, they tried to be aggressive, didn't they? They didn't want to try and work their way past the goal line. They wanted it right there on that play. Unfortunately, it backfired against them. Now they have to try and pick it up here moving forward.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Over the middle, complete. It's Little. That catch good for 8, but still, it's 3rd and goal now. They'll set up to throw. He's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. From 4 yards out. And the Panthers are an extra point away from evening this one up. No surprise there. 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. And the Panthers are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He finds his man complete. That's Welch. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
It's 2nd and inches at the 40-yard line.
Back to throw here. Under pressure, and down he goes. The safety blitz staged to perfection that time as they sack him for a loss of 6. Gun now on 3rd down. Under pressure, they got him again. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to it.
Well, how about this? A fistful of sacks already. We're not even out of the first quarter yet. What an incredible start for this defense. If they keep this pace up, they could be looking at an all-time performance.
Here's the Panthers punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The Chicago offense set to get started. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 41 yards on the ground here for Harris. It's a first down. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
They pick up 12 on the play, and the chains move. 7-7, our score after 1. Second quarter down, it's our home team with possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll make it second down. They'll set up a throw.
Going quickly there, but it's incomplete.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field.
And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and that will bring up second down.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. Here's a 2nd and 7. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. And a nice gain at 21 yards.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. That's complete. It's Gordon. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. It's a gain of 35.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
Now back to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
They'll try to run this one in. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. They'll drop to throw.
Trying to pile on, but it's incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
And his kick is indeed good.
So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field.
Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Unfortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
A throw over the middle, taken in. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. They'll toss this to Pierce on the right side. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. 6 yards in the wrong direction that time. Not only that, but it brings up 4th.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped them, bringing up 4th down.
So they bring out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Fielded at the 33. It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Back to throw now on 1st down. And his throw here is incomplete. He was out there waving his arm saying throw it here, dropped it, not a good look.
Well, all I can do is just look at him with contempt on that one. As a defensive back, I'm saying, not as an announcer. Just like, really?
A little bit of a diva. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line.
Well, it's a cold night, and whether you're a quarterback that wears a glove on his throwing hand or not, that ball is a rock, Brandon. You've got to really drive it through the cold and the wind, or it can take off on you. And that may have been what happened there.
The Chicago offense set to get started. And down by a field goal, they'll take over with excellent field position following the interception. And they'll run with Pierce. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. 2nd down and a yard. Pierce gets this one running right. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down.
Back to throw. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Panthers are going to get the football back at their own 17.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away and could cost them a ball game?
The Panthers about ready to take over. Well, still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive spin on it, at least it happened in the first half and not in a close game in the 4th quarter, but you're absolutely right, partner. One of the last things this offensive quarterback wants to witness again in this game.
Kind of an obvious question, Charles, but anything you try to avoid after your first pick, or you say it's 1 interception, we're still in the first half, I'm going to do the same thing?
I think you want to avoid playing scared, you know, and put it into the mind of the quarterback that you've lost confidence in him. Make sure you get some throws that he's going to be able to complete, make him feel good about himself, and continue to run your offense.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll look to throw here. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Panthers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to, pick up a first down.
They'll look to throw again. And incomplete.
No sense risking anything there on first down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who could make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
Well, no doubt about that one, because even though he hasn't left the pocket, he's got a receiver in the area, so it's not grounding, even though there's no way that ball was going to be caught.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their third drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. A 45-yard punt for there on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something is funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
Here's a 2nd and 8. Toss play. Here's Pierce. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 50 yards rushing for him now as he has been strong here in the first half of this divisional round matchup. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it'll be 2nd down. Running it out of the gun with Pierce. Able to power through. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 12 yards there and a first down. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a pickup of 12. Second play in a row with a 12-yard gain. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. 2nd and long. And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule it out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. And this one is right down the middle.
Well, Charles, the NFL record is 66 yards. That was 5 shy of that, but only a handful of guys have ever connected from 61 or deeper, and he can add his name to the list.
Yeah, more and more guys are trying it. That doesn't mean the success rate has gone up. That is a long kick. Guaranteed, when he turns on his phone after the game, a ton of congratulatory texts will be awaiting him.
The Panthers going to go back on offense here late in this first half. And they've got just under 50 seconds, so time enough to try to work their way downfield if they so choose.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. 2nd and 6. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have the Panthers first down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4.
At first glance, I thought he just used his size in order to win the route. But he also had a little subtle move in there as well. Made the defender think he was going one direction and was able to track the ball in another.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Back to throw again. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, this is the second of 4 games this weekend as we narrow the field down to the 4 teams who will meet in the league championship games next Sunday. We'll get back out to you guys in just a moment. Meanwhile, in our game, we're set up for a terrific second half. So to find out who will advance to the NFC title game, let's send it back out to Brandon God.
This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these 2 teams. This is a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. This offense ready to go to begin this 3rd quarter. And, Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now. Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Another carry for Pierce.
And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
At the 41-yard line.
They'll look to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Pierce takes it straight ahead. He's to the 15.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble.
Great job there to read that one defensively. They strung him out, would not allow him to cut upfield.
Could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. And I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his hands. Fortunately for him, able to get picked up by his team, fumble recovered. They still have an opportunity deep in the red zone.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. A 3-yard touchdown run.
And the
Snowhawks have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. But just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in after report like they're eligible, but all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Point after, right down the middle. And that will make this a 4-point game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half. And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, one-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are we going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side trying to match each other.
Second and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he comes back with one complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So from the 36 now, first and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6. Second down and 4.
6-yard pickup brings up second and 4.
He'll look to throw. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. A few things better than a big man interception. You can always tell right when they get the football, there's that level of excitement and nervousness, and also like, what the heck do I do with this thing?
And you say, no better sight? Well, not for the quarterback who just threw it. It's bad enough to throw a pick, but to throw one to the big guy? But you're right about that. Now what do I do with it? But what's fun about it is you know they're going to be in the film room after this ball game telling all their teammates, maybe I should shift over to offense. I've got skills. What do you think?
Oh, absolutely. I always find myself cheering for them after they intercepted. Unfortunately here, he couldn't make it into the end zone. 95 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. First down, they go right back to Pierce. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
And that's a great run. And this is when you've got a running back who feels like he needs to take over this football game. You're in the second half. You got the lead. You're looking at moving on to the conference championship. And he's got to be saying, just keep giving me the ball, and I'll get us home.
This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of first downs, and here a loss of yardage. Now from the 7, here's second and goal. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down.
It's now third and goal.
He'll look to throw. Hard throw, incomplete. Strong coverage by Carolina. And on we go to 4th down.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
And his kick is good. And that'll make this a 7-point game. So the defense able to force the interception, and the offense working their way into field goal range and able to get 3 out of it.
Yeah, and give them credit for that. They took the ball, maneuvered it downfield, and while they couldn't get exactly what they wanted, which was a touchdown, they did get 3 points out of it, so they paid off.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Still going past the 30. And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown, Carolina. Such an electric play, so much fun to watch, and you need all 11 guys in sync for that to be successful, don't you?
Without a doubt. That's teamwork, to be able to put it all together. But that play is really probably the most exciting 10 seconds in football.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. And that will tie our game here in the third quarter. And no doubt one of the most, if not the most exciting play we'll see in this game. The kick return all the way to the end zone for 6 points. Fitting for what's been a tight ball game. We're all even at 20 now as the kick's away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
From the 33, here's second down and 5. And they'll go right back to Pierce. And he'll push ahead for about 3 to the 36. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And he is caught and able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down.
So, Charles, you look at this offense, you think about it, you got a rookie quarterback at the helm. You're in the divisional round of the playoffs here. That head of his just has to be spinning, doesn't it?
Well, normally you'd have to say yes, but I do think that the way things went last week, how he played in the wild card win, how sensational he was, that'll stop his head from spinning. And now he's in a situation that's getting towards uncharted territory because you've got Joe Flacco, Mark Sanchez, the only 2 rookies to win 2 playoff games in 1 year. He's trying to join that company, but it's not going to be easy to get it done.
First and 10, it's Pierce down to about the 37.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 17-yard line. A good pick up there at 20 yards. So from the 17 now, here's a first and 10. He'll drop to throw. And he'll find Hall. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. Here now, 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
They'll set up to throw. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. That play gets them 6 yards and sets them up with a first and goal.
First and goal at the 6-yard line.
Again, he'll drop to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
Well, the spotlight hit him once already tonight as he got into the end zone. He was trying to make it a double spotlight, wasn't he?
But credit the defense, bottling him up, not letting him get in for the second score there. They'll run for it with Pierce. Well, he pushed forward, but I don't think it's enough. He's going to be about a yard short. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. Offensively, not what they wanted there, but hey, you can kick the field goal here and take the lead.
Felt like a little bit of a statement stop, didn't it? You know, made a big play right there. Okay, guess what? Ball's in your court, guys. What are you going to do? Myself, I kick the field goal, get the 3, and take the lead.
And his kick here is good. And they have regained the lead.
So, CD, maybe put a pin in that one as this game progresses. It's a field goal that gets them the lead here in the 3rd, but, boy, you hate settling for 3 when you're that close to the goal line.
Well, it certainly pains me to say it, but I do think it was the right call. Now, if they lose, you and I both know that'd be one of the things that gets second-guessed. Why didn't you go for it on 4th and goal? But I know the mindset was take the points, get the lead. And by the way, if they went for it and got stuffed, they'd second-guess that too.
Although a jet sweep to start the drive. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. They'll drop to throw. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now back to throw. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
Oh, man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
There's the Panthers punter now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. It's complete to Robinson. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 2nd down and a little more than a yard here. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 63 yards receiving for him now. And that last catch good enough for a 1st down. That man again, it's complete. And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Hand off left side, Pierce. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A great effort there. The 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Snowhawks get another 3rd-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
Apparently the week off hasn't hurt him one bit. 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season. Got his first touchdown here in the playoffs. Perhaps the week off energized him.
A great article in the paper this morning basically saying that they would not have won the division without him. And he's not their only piece, but I think that's a fair statement.
It's easy to say it this way. He's their main cog.
Extra point splits the uprights, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
In the early days of the NFL, you could easily blame these drops on maybe some uneven or uncertain lighting in the stadium. Not anymore. The lights are pretty good.
Yeah, they're great here at night, but his 2nd drop, indeed, not a good look. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. The offense on 3rd down tonight. They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. They'll look to throw again. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's 2nd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. That's complete. It's Gordon. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4. And it's 3rd down.
They'll look to throw here. And that will be incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple of big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Panthers first down by a couple of yards, it would appear, as they're able to convert on 4th and 5. Back to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 43-yard line.
Looking to throw. He finds his man complete. It's Welch, and he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. They need 2. Here's 3rd down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Well, they would have gotten the conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down.
He is just not at his focus in this game. It's not 1 drop. It's not 2. That's 3 for this contest.
Yeah, uncharacteristic for any NFL receiver, and he's no exception. And this is going to wind up left. Well struck, but it's no good, and they will not cut into that 10-point lead. And that one just an absolute killer. A chance to get this back within 1 score.
All hope not gone yet, but at the same time, you're exactly right. They needed to get back within 1 score and have a motivated defense take the field in order to get it back for them for one last big drive.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And now first downs are key. They want to keep that clock moving, up by 2 scores as they try to cement their place in the conference championship round in 1 week's time.
2nd and 7.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 7.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
The lessons will continue of this rookie. He's got to learn how to read situations just a little bit better. That far behind the line, he's got to find a way to get rid of the football and not take the sack, whether it's with his legs or just throwing it away.
They bring their punter out there now as he's on to punt for Chicago. Fair catch signal for it and taken at about the 15-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Little. Loose inside the 30. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Carolina. A big play there. 84 yards. yards. And the Panthers have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. So that's a really big play here in the fourth quarter. And don't look now. They're right back in this game.
Did it feel to you, as it did to me, that maybe they were a little bit soft in what they were lining up with on defense? Almost like they were protecting the lead rather than trying to make a play.
And now that lead is down to just one score. Extra point right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Chicago offense set to get started. And several days ago, you and I talked with a couple of guys in the meetings about how big is home field advantage. And they kind of downplayed it a bit, but I think we're seeing here today, building up this lead, looks like they're going to win. Why home field advantage in the divisional round so important?
Yeah, they may have downplayed it, but we could also sense it was important to them because nothing has to change. You don't have to uproot anything. Sometimes when you're going on the road, you may have to even leave earlier in order to get acclimated if it's going to be a tough environment against the team you're going to play. So being at home is a big deal, but now they know, at least they feel like it, they're moving on to the championship round. There's got to be no better thing. They'll get that 24-hour rule in. Enjoy that before they look forward to the next opponent.
On third down, Keys, and he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
160 yards on the ground for him now as he's gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw. Can't get away, and he's taken down. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And the Panthers are right back in this football game. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. They'll get it up near midfield to the 49 before being taken down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. 11 yards and a Panther first down.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and that'll bring up a second down in just a couple. They'll set up a throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Welch. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2 yards on the play. First down, Panthers.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. On the move to his left. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down. On play action, they'll throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. He'll look to throw.
And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far.
There he goes, right side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, this secondary just continues to be a force. Multiple interceptions in this game, and now the pick six.
And the thing about it is once you get an interception as a unit, you think to yourself, okay, we got that. How do we increase it the next time? Get the interception, do a little more damage, and there's your outcome right there. Take it to the house and break down what they're trying to do offensively.
The call is to go for one and kick the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
Carolina getting set to take the field.
And this could be the defining moment of their season, all hyperbole aside. You're trailing here in the fourth quarter, the divisional round. And they need to come up with something as they get this drive started.
After the pick six, they go right back to the air. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Here's a 2nd and 7. Pressure comes, and down he goes.
This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long.
And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back.
Well, the defense circling now, 4th down and 7. He's got his target. That's complete.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. In trouble, and he's taken down.
Here comes 2nd down.
He'll look to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. Now on 3rd and forever, he'll look to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and as a result, their playoff run may end right here. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. They go down to a knee, and with that, they're off to the NFC title game. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This is a 40-yard attempt from the left hash. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. And they have secured a spot in the conference championship, and now you can start to smell it at this point in the season, can't you?
You really can, because the focus has been one game at a time, not looking ahead. But when you get to the conference championship game and you know you're there, the Super Bowl does loom in the future.
So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say good night, everybody.